My name is Asantua and my husband's name is Kofi. I'm a very worried and confused wife. We're both good Christians and our families respect our values too as individuals. Kofi is a banker at one of the most prestigious banks in Ghana, and I'm a fashion designer. I'm very good at my job, and Kofi as well is. He's been a banker for about 6 years, but over the last 8 months, over the past 8 months, my husband hasn't been to the office, and anytime I ask about work, he responds by saying he's been asked to work from home since the pandemic hit. I used to believe that was the truth, but for some time now, I've been having this strong conviction there's something he's not telling me. Last Tuesday, after dropping the kids off at school, I decided to go and buy groceries. I bumped into my husband's colleague. He was very happy to see me and immediately asked how Kofi was doing. How do you mean what he's doing? I had a surprised look on my face, and he said, "Oh, he was laid off due to COVID." What? What are you talking about, Berema? Are you asking about my husband Kofi or another person? He says, didn't you know he was laid off? I broke down in tears and I was mesmerized by the revelation. I started reflecting on how he would discourage me from making certain purchases or claiming that we don't need all of the things that I'm buying at the moment, and how I've been the only one paying the bills for the past 8 months and so much more. I'm very sorry about this. Berema told me after he had burst my bubble and told me what my husband had been doing for the last 8 months. How could Kofi do this to me, sisters? Why did he have to lie to me? I am livid. I feel used. I feel embarrassed, and I feel betrayed. Should I ask him or should I leave it? Please advise. Husband has been laid off, and for 8 months she had no idea. What should she do? I'll start with you, Mary Rose.
Yeah. Secret. I think that she should just go ahead and find out, because this has to do with their financial life, the economic sustainability in the marriage. And so she has to find out that she heard about this, she met this person, she spoke to him, and the person told her the fact that he had been laid off. So what's up?
So confrontation is the first thing to do.
The word confrontation is really strong, but
just
talk about it.
Have a conversation.
Yes, have a conversation about it. You have to find a good time and have a conversation. Tell him that I've heard this. Is it true or not? And if it is true, what is the way forward? Why has he kept it from you? And then if he explains to you, I think you would have to demand an apology, because he doesn't have to keep it from you. It's both of you. If it happens to him, it happens to everybody in the marriage. So if he's keeping it away from you, how long was he going to keep it away? And how was he going to remediate those situations? So I think he has to, she has to make sure that she, work this thing and get some information and work it out. I mean, it's not a question of leaving this relationship. It's
Absolutely.
a question of managing. Once again, it needs management on their financial life secrecy. So there's something wrong somewhere. And of course, if you use this as an opportunity also to find out other things that he might have hidden without telling you.
Okay.
Yes.
Now let me go to Rosie. Your thoughts about this particular scenario and situation.
Well, basically, when a man is not able to financially provide for his family, it's tough on them. So I can understand why initially he was probably embarrassed to tell his wife. Number two, maybe he was afraid of his wife's reaction. So maybe he was hoping to probably learn something else quickly
Before.
and be able to tell his wife that, oh, I've switched from my job to the other job, and it's taken 8 months. It's not happening. I think that this is the time you need to show him that you are the supportive wife. Sometimes you may have the right to react, but in certain situations, you need to rise above the right to react and address the situation head on and let him feel like, you know what, you're not any less of a man because you were laid off. Let's put our heads together. Let's see what we can do in this situation, and then rise above the family. And in that process, most likely he would open up even beyond just leaving the office and other things, because then he'll be able to trust you with things that are going on in his life. So I think you need to let him know that you know, but be very tactful about how you handle it. Don't go in and want, you didn't tell me, you should have told me so for the past 8 months. No.
Supportive
So be
is the way to go.
supportive, be there, and as time goes on, you can be able to drop hints about how you felt hurt and disappointed that he couldn't come forth with that information to you. You would have solved this problem probably a lot earlier than you're solving now. But nonetheless, this is the time to rise above your rights to react and be that supportive wife.
Okay, and finally, Olivia, in 30 seconds, your thoughts on this.
Oh dear. Just so you know that in life and in marriage, there are ups and downs. It's never a straight path. It's never cast in stone. Just know that there are challenges, and how you deal with challenges determine how far your marriage is going to go. If I were you, I would be understanding. I will go home, cook him his favorite meal, have a pretty good shag, and then afterwards look him in the eyes and tell him that I love him. I can understand that situations are not the way they're supposed to be, but I'm here for you. And let him know that this is what you found out, but you're also there for him. And this is not the time whereby you be like, oh, when are you going to hurry up to get a job? And you just need to be supportive. You need to pray together, stick together. And by the time you realize something good is going to come your way, just be there. Be there. It's going to change. It always passes. The storm always passes for the sun to come.
And
so
good times are coming.